Good morning, everyone. We're about to bring you the latest COVID-19 UAE updates. However, if you found this podcast through an article, which so many of you are doing, please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts so you can get your Dubai news daily.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. My name is Shireen Ahmed, and you are today joining us on the Lovin Daily Show. This is a show where we give you a rundown on all the trending topics here in Dubai. I have Mariam with me behind the camera. Say hello to our loyal viewers on a weekend, Mariam.
Hi, everyone.
Yes. So stay tuned because we got a couple of stories to discuss today, like, I don't know, getting major benefits in Dubai when you actually get vaccinated. Stay tuned for that. Valentine's Day discussions, obviously the talk about the UAE being on UK's red list. Yes, so no more flights allowed as of today. We'll get around to that today. But before I start with all these topics, I just wanted to know what you guys have been up to this week. How did your week go? I slept a lot. I don't know about you, Mariam. What did you do this week? You had university, right? How was that?
I went out with my family, so
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, where
I
did you guys
actually
go?
Yeah. So yesterday was like a family day for us,
Okay.
and then we got the news that the university is actually shutting down. So no.
Are
on-campus-
they?
Yeah, there is no on-campus classes anymore, especially for seniors and
So does this apply to all you university
sure,
students
but-
in the UAE?
American University in Dubai is doing this until March.
So you're hearing that first and
Yeah.
foremost from,
New
Mariam
information.
herself, who's an AUD student.
Yeah.
No more classes for foundation year students,
No,
for all students.
after
No.
COVID-19, they gave the foundation, the freshmen the first semester,
Yeah.
and then the seniors the second semester,
Okay.
so that they can enjoy the experience fully.
Okay.
However, the freshmen took the first semester because the cases were low and all of that, but when it came to our case, the seniors, the cases went high, so
Yeah.
they said no classes until March.
I don't know what that must feel like. I actually really feel bad because obviously, I mean, I went to university when none of this chaos went on, and I, alhamdulillah, got to really experience it in full force. But I can't imagine what that must feel like for you guys. How's that been so far in the last year?
It just feels weird because as a film student, you're always in a rush and creating content and all of
Right.
that on campus. Now you're just you're learning about it and you're trying to create
There's
something.
not a lot of
Yeah.
practical approach, is
And
there?
you're not meeting your your teammates, the ones
That's true.
Yeah, so it's
Because we
kind
all
of
know
hard.
that in film you obviously need to be
In
like
teams,
discussing everything with
Yeah.
the director, the DOP or whatever.
DOP,
Look at me
yeah.
with my terms that I know of.
Yes,
Shout
thank
out
you,
to
girl.
my friend Heidi because they also studied film at Middlesex. A couple of my friends, so I'm always kind of seated around them, just listening to all the terms that they talk about.
It's an interesting major. It's really interesting.
It is.
Yeah, you normally watch films as an entertainment, but when you study it, it's a form of
It's
art.
different, isn't it?
Yes,
It's different.
extremely
I mean, I find that being around my friends who've studied film and are actually working in film and production, oh my God, it's changed the way that I watch movies. Like if I'm at the cinema, I'm like, okay, that transition was beautiful. The music, the score used, the lighting, everything. Okay, the feeling it gives. I'm like, everything is so
It's
specific
like doing
now.
a painting. Yeah.
Exactly. Like the goings behind it, and
Yes.
you know why every decision was made for every particular scene. I think that's super interesting. But I mean, good luck. I'm glad at least you had a great family day.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I don't know. I had a photo shoot yesterday, and we applied these fake nails on me for
Wow.
the shoot. So I was really glad about that because I haven't had the time to get a manicure. Not that anybody cares. But as you can see, I've also lost 2 of those fake nails. So that's how my Friday is going. That is how my Friday is going. Tiny, thanks for joining. Shout out Tiny, a really, really great Bahraini Seychellois singer. Okay, so now let's start, right? Because one of you guys was like, can you get to the point? Fine. If you want to get to the point, let's get to the point. someone's having a cranky Friday, and we're not here for that. We need great energy, okay? It's a weekend. But let me know, you guys, what you've been up to today. But before I get to discussing with you guys and, catching up with y'all, I want to start on the news that everybody's been waiting to hear about. Okay, so the UK has just imposed a travel ban on the UAE. We got news of this last night. Basically, what this means is the UAE has now been placed on the red list. So no flights, no more flights between the UAE and UK. That includes Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and this takes effect at 1 p.m. UK time today. So Friday, January 29, that takes effect today. 1 p.m. UK time is, as we've checked, 5 p.m. Dubai time, right? So if you know anyone that was meant to travel to the UAE, fingers crossed their flights were before that. And UK residents will be allowed to return from the UAE, but they'll need to travel through a third country. Keep that in mind. And anyone who arrives in the UK after 4 a.m. on Friday morning, so if you arrived anytime earlier today, you'll have to self-isolate immediately along with the rest of your household. So we're really keeping a tight security on these things, which is great because obviously the numbers have been on the rise. We're seeing almost 4,000, 3,000 plus cases daily since a couple of days back.
It's nearly 4,000 now.
Nearly 4,000. That's insane. That's insane. So there are no details yet on how they want to go about it in terms of the hotel quarantines in the UK or when a starting date will take place in the UK. But of course, if any other updates come through with this, we will let you know. On that note, the UAE is now second in the world, you guys, like I mentioned last week, to actually to be leading the global vaccination rate, which is great. So we're just coming right under Israel. But the great thing about this is they really want to get everyone, like I said, vaccinated by the end of March, at least 50% of the population. So in doing so, a bunch of businesses in the UAE have decided to give you major discounts, which I think is really great. I myself am waiting for mine on March 1st. Mariam, when did you say you were getting yours, or you haven't thought about it yet?
I personally, I'm not sure if I'm getting it now or later because
you said you mentioned, I think last week, I'm gonna see how it affects everyone first.
Actually, some of my friends got it, so I'm waiting for them to
Great. You can make a day trip out of it too with your friends, if you plan to drive to the Dubai Parks one. But anyway, the good thing about this is, Mariam, is that there are so many discounts now. So the first one that we have here are if you know restaurants like Publique, Reform Social, Bistro d'Arts, Grill, and Ultra Brasserie, they're offering 10% off for those who have taken both the doses of the vaccine. And actually, no. That's 20% for someone who's taken both and 10% if you've done the first dose. Interesting,
yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Reform, hi. Okay, and then, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Is Mariam wearing a mask? Mariam is wearing a mask, and my mask is in my bag over there. But we are a couple of meters apart. We're 3+ meters apart.
Yes,
I would
but
say
we're keeping it safe.
We're keeping it safe.
Yep.
We don't even hug.
Nope, we don't shake hands.
We don't shake hands, right? And I've met you. This is the second week I'm meeting you now. I've not really ever come close.
We're keeping it safe.
Well, we're keeping it safe.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Emirates Driving Institute are also giving residents an additional 10% discount if you present your COVID vaccination card. So if you know anyone that's bound to get their license in order soon, there you go. 10% discount. Hi, I wish I had this during the time when I was trying to apply for my license. Are you kidding me? Hala Taxi, which we all know, I used it getting here. You can, you usually book it through the Kareem app, or you see them. They're the ones that have kind of the blue signature color of theirs. They're also giving free rides from 10 different vaccination centers in Dubai when you use the code Hala VAC. So I'll repeat, that's Hala VAC. When you use that code on the Kareem app, when you book the Hala Taxi, you can get a free ride from any of the 10 vaccination centers. So you pay to go and you get it free going back home. That's pretty great. And if you want the code again, if you've forgotten it, ask me later on. I'll give it to you. Or go on the lovindubai.com website. We've got an article up on this. last but not the least, Bab Al Shams Desert Resorts are also offering vaccinated UAE residents 25% off on all dining and hotel bookings. This is especially Bab Al Shams is beautiful, by the way. It is beautiful. I wish we kept a picture here, but I'll keep that in mind for the next time. But so if you plan on having a little staycation to unwind, Valentine's Day is coming up. So if you and your loved ones want to go somewhere, your partner, this is a pretty interesting one. So if you've both been vaccinated, 25% off on all dining and hotel bookings. Just make sure you keep your vaccination cards on hand. I'm pretty excited to get me one of those. I am really excited.
Yeah, now I want to get vaccinated.
There you go. She's like, Mariam said, because of the discounts, I want to get my vaccination in order. I love this for you.
They get me.
I love that. And on to our final news. This one's a bit crazy. But of course, I wanted to, stir Friday up with a little morning drama. But a husband used his wife's credit card to pay for his girlfriend's traffic fines, apparently. And, other UAE news, just to get our minds off of COVID-19 for a second here. Okay, so obviously a couple of reports have been made by media outlets here, and they say that the wife, who actually lives in Dubai, reported an unknown transaction made from her credit card, and she assumed that it was hacked, of course. And what had happened, of course, after the Dubai police checked and looked into this, they found out that, in fact, her husband was having an affair with another woman who used the credit card to pay her traffic fines. Not knowing the man was married, though. So later on, the police actually called upon the girlfriend to investigate the whole thing. And it actually came as a surprise to her to find out that obviously he had a wife. And Captain Abdullah Al-Shehi, the deputy director of the cybercrime department of Dubai Police, said it was a strange case because the wife didn't know that her husband used her credit card to pay his friend's traffic fines. The friend didn't know that he was married, and the wife didn't know that he had a girlfriend. Any thoughts, Mariam?
Wait a second. Now they can hear me. I mean, like, it's really weird. The fact that the wife didn't know. But I'm so glad she informed, the police.
Obviously.
Because
I would too. Who's using my credit card to pay their traffic fines?
Yeah, no, the thing is, she didn't even just call the bank and ask them. No, she informed the police.
Yeah.
That's so smart, because a lot of women actually went through this. And there was actually a documentary, but, it's a bad one. A harsh one, crime and that stuff, about a husband doing that with his girlfriend. So it's smart of her that she.
Do you mean the Chris Watts?
The one who with the the family.
Yeah,
he did the same thing.
I've been heavily invested in the documentaries surrounding that as well.
It's really good.
It's unfortunate, but yeah, that is. I think, and look at how they prevented that, him getting away with that crime, right? So this is the best way to go forward.
Yeah, no, really, because this happened more than once. Not only in this case, it happened more than once. If you feel like someone is using you or your card, you have to inform the police.
Exactly.
Even if you think it's your husband, just confront him and ask him. And
or just go directly to the police so you can find out if there's something shady going on.
Yeah. He should I don't know what to say, women. Focus with your men.
But, just your regular Friday conversations that we're having here at the headquarters. But yes, let me actually get back to talking to you guys. That was our top trending stories for today. Okay, so I want to say hi to a couple of you guys. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for joining. Jum'at Mubarak, exactly. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Good morning to Arij. Thanks so much for joining. Bilal Al-Hussein. Thank you. I can't believe you guys. Some of them are saying I have huge hands. Listen, I'm not going to ignore this. Do I have huge hands? I am 5'9" tall. So, I mean, it would be kind of odd if my hands weren't that big. But I don't know. Maybe it's the nails. You guys are being so mean today. But thanks again for joining today's Lovin Daily Show. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, let me know what you guys have planned for the weekend. Let me know what you guys want to discuss tomorrow and all the other weekends if you do join us on a consistent basis. But I appreciate you guys so much. Wear your masks, stay safe, hand sanitizers on the ready, and, count your blessings as always. Right.
Guys, that is a wrap for the Lovin Daily. We are back same time, same place every weekday morning. And of course, don't miss the Lovin Show every Tuesday where I chat with Dubai personalities. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.